Hello and welcome back to another watch along with your SuperShow boys. Me and Jamie are here for the Xbox Activision Blizzard King. I can't
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah, I can't be bothered to go through them all, Jamie. It's the Xbox Game Showcase.
To be fair, Jonesy, they've probably acquired another studio since you started your intro, so it would have been out of date anyway.
It would have been. We have got about 15 minutes to go until we kick off. Although, to be fair, Xbox's stream is saying 17 minutes. So it looks like they're running a little behind today, which is all good. Or maybe it's YouTube. Maybe YouTube is slipping.
I don't know.
But people are here. People are in the chat. We're hanging out, and we can do a little bit of a what do we think we will see for the Xbox Game Showcase, which is always exciting. So, as always, Jamie, I'm going to throw it over to you first. I'm going to say, what do you think we'll see? What are you hoping to see?
Oh, man.
It's wide open.
And when it comes to a showcase like this, it feels like that's the biggest that question gets this whole sort of key 3 weekend, because even if this was entirely sort of first or sort of second party or whatever you want to call it, they can still put on a 2-hour show very comfortably without drawing up any kind of third party deals. I will say I've got some sounds, not quite a full soundboards, but some sounds ready for when there is a world premiere, and we can just blast the air horn a couple of times. I think we will see some of those. I don't know how many, but there are going to be some things that are entirely new. In terms of known quantities, let's get one out the way quickly, because unfortunately Undead Labs, the developer, made a bit of a faux pas and made a press release available on their website yesterday that referred to a trailer that we will be seeing shortly for State of Decay 3. So expect that to be here in some way, shape, or form. Titles coming out later this year. Indiana Jones, I'm certain, will be here. Avowed, we'll probably get an update on. Starfield is getting its Shattered Space DLC later this year. Obviously, Black Ops 6 has got its whole own post-show segment, but may still get a trailer in this showcase. We'll see. Trying to think. There's lots of stuff that, like, again, we could see based on things we've seen in recent years. Love to see more Fable. Things that we were introduced to for the first time last year. South of Midnight, which was that kind of quirky, sort of half-speed swamp setting game where the guy was playing the guitar. Clockwork Revolution, that one that was towards the end of the showcase last year. With things that have been AWOL for a little while now, like the Outer Worlds 2. Maybe not here because Obsidian are working on Avowed. Perfect Dark, we still don't really know much about that. I doubt Blade reappears, but Blade is technically a game that an Xbox studio is making. Then there were all the leaks around Doom, and supposedly Doom the Dark Ages. I don't know. Leaks around Gears. There's so many directions they could go.
There are. I think I'm definitely looking forward most to something Indiana Jones related. As you said, it'll be nice to see some DLC for Starfield. There's also I'm going to cheat here, so I just pulled up the Radio Times, their predictions, see if there's anything interesting. The only interesting thing you haven't mentioned, which I think they're talking about, is Xbox handheld, which they
there was some rumors about that,
which would be interesting. But yeah, it's mad now with Xbox because they own so many studios. There's so much ground for them to cover. There is so much which could be here, and we're shaping up for a really good Xbox Direct. Right. Which is I don't know, it's weird because in some sense it's not good when, as we've said before, when studios are all soaked up by the big boys, but at the same time it does make for a very interesting key 3 weekend, like as you were saying. It
absolutely does. And that's not even counting, like I said, potential third party deals. There's been a lot of chatter around Dragon Age, which recently changed its name to Dragon Age the Veilguard. I think that's the final title, and we know we're getting gameplay for that in a couple of days. But do we get a little trailer for that here? Also, the other thing we talked about during SGF on Friday night, studios that like to drop one trailer in another place and expand on it in another. Obviously, this time last year, Ubisoft did that with Star Wars Outlaws. They had a cinematic trailer here and the gameplay sequence that we saw last year at their own show. Could they pull another move like that? With an unannounced Ubisoft title, potentially. remains to be seen. So just can I throw some other things at you?
Yes, please.
Let's see if you feel like they're
We've got
likelihood or
13
not.
minutes to fill, so you can
I
absolutely
mean,
throw
honestly,
something at me.
I think we could fill double that if we needed to. Since they have been since being acquired by Xbox, the only thing Double Fine have done is finish Psychonauts 2 and technically produce one of the best.
I was going to ask you about
documentaries.
Psychonauts. That's literally the thing that I was going to ask you about next. So no, sorry, go on. Yes.
Well, do you think
Double Fine.
we find out what Double Fine have been working on?
I would be surprised if we don't. Obviously, like them being bought by Xbox was a big thing, and I don't know if you saw it, but what's his name? Tim Schafer was popped up after the Summer Game Fest show. He was doing in the Devolver Developer Direct, I believe it was called. After that, he is a supporter.
Oh, like the Day of the Devs thing.
Day of the Devs, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he popped up in that because Double Fine are a big supporter of the Day of the Devs. So he was all over that. Would be good to see more of him. Yeah, talking about Psychonauts. I don't think it'd be Psychonauts 3, but I think it may be. I would love to see something new from them, something non-Psychonauts related.
Well,
that'd be pretty cool.
There were rumors for a while that do you remember in the context of that documentary that I just mentioned, the Psychodyssey, which kind of charts the development of Psychonauts 2. They have that, I forget what they call it, but that period where they take a week or a couple of weeks off and split up into teams and basically have an internal game jam.
Yes.
There were rumors. There have been rumors for a little while now that one of the subjects of that game jam is being blown out into its own game. And the word on the street was that it was that game that was called Kiln, where like you shape yourself like your pottery and you go out and like fight other bits of pottery.
Oh, yes. The team.
Do you vaguely remember that?
It was like a team battle thing, like a 5v5 or something, where you could be like a plate or a cup or a different stuff.
And I think you were creating a piece of pottery and then maybe filling it up with. I can't really remember.
No,
but there have been rumors for a little while that they were like, "Yeah, let's turn that into a game." Because I don't know if that's true, but
one of the interesting tidbits a lot of people probably know already from the doc, but that came out of that was one of the guys who worked for the production company that is part of Double Fine, who made the Psychonauts documentary. One of the ideas he put forward in the game jam, because he was like an aspiring game dev in himself, he wanted to get into it. He came up with this concept where you had to prepare a meal and then chefs would like try it, but you had to it was massive. You had to run around and pick up the ingredients and take them, and that made it into Psychonauts 2. So we know that they do enjoy taking those game jam ideas and spinning them out into proper full games, as happened with Psychonauts 2. So yeah, no, that's and what a cool way to inspire your staff by saying you could take their ideas and use them.
Yeah, that's definitely definitely a motivator. I've got another question for you.
Yeah, sure.
There will be, as we've discussed in the podcast before, plenty of people at Bethesda headquarters, Bethesda HQ, desperate to try and find ways to cash in on the heightened popularity of the Fallout franchise. Yes. Beyond maybe some Fallout 76 content, do you think we see any attempt to kind of make the most of the positive attention that Fallout has been getting lately? Do you think they rush out an announcement for a new game, or do you think they rush out a remaster of something? Or
so we talked about it at length at the time, didn't we? And we said that madness to not do that, but I think it's too soon. I don't think we do. I mean, we may. I think, as you said, we may see something small and something which is a very small capitalization on that. I'm sure a lot more's happening behind the scenes, but I think it's maybe too soon for that.
Yeah.
Now you've said it, I really hope we do.
It depends on the scale, and it depends how punchy they're willing to be. And it also depends on what irons they had in the fire before the Fallout TV show became a smash hit.
Right.
There were always rumors, for example, that they were going to remaster or remake Fallout 3 to some degree. If that's something that some amount of work had already been done on prior to the Fallout TV show, and they either continued that work or picked that work back up in the aftermath of its success, then I could see that maybe being here. But that, like you said, it just feels punchy. And whilst I'm sure shareholders and directors would love the idea of like going to an animation house and saying, "Hey, can you make us like a flashy fake trailer for Fallout New Vegas 2, even though we haven't even started working on it yet. That sounds very appealing, but it doesn't seem like the kind of thing that Xbox that into these days.
No,
with a few exceptions.
Although
The
I
Elder
will
Scrolls
say,
6.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did what Classy Cat in the chat is saying, which is they just dropped the Fallout 5 logo. like they did with Elder Scrolls 6. They just go, it's coming.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
They dropped the logo, and with the Elder Scrolls 6, like they disappeared for as of this month 6 years.
That's such a good point. I didn't even think of that. Cinematic, just a footfall of a Brotherhood of Steel guy just steps into frame in like muddy, wet soil, and and you see Nuketown, or not Nuketown, that's Call of Duty, but you see the town with the nuke that's in the middle of it, whatever that's called. In the background, like in really nice high-res cinematic, like not in-game footage. Absolutely, we could have something like that.
Yeah, they've done stuff like that. Like, even if you go back to, we talked about the Outer Worlds 2, and how Obsidian are probably most hands on deck with Avowed at the moment, so we shouldn't be too surprised if we don't see it. But if you go back to the reveal of the Outer Worlds 2 trailer, it was like a non-trailer that was basically just cinematic shots of an environment that probably isn't real in gaming terms, with a voiceover that was actually poking fun about how early they're announcing it and how far away it would be from release. So it's the kind of thing that, while I say it doesn't seem in keeping with the Xbox spirit at the moment, it's stuff that Bethesda especially have totally done before. But we'll see. It depends. Sometimes showcases like this are as much about the games that you don't include as the ones that you do include. And I'm sure they feel like they need to find a balance between selling the Xbox platform and the Xbox ecosystem in the short term, and exciting people and whetting people's appetites for the long term. So we'll see. Is this the day, Jonesy? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Is this the day
where our Hollow Knight Silksong fans get to remove the clown makeup? Jason Schreier says no. It's not the day.
I don't know. What are we still waiting for Silksong? Is it just the release date? Is that what we're hoping for?
I think a hard release date, yeah.
Because we saw it before. Always saw them talking about it before, so at least it's not vaporware anymore. But hard release date? Why not? Why not? Like, Schreier says no. He knows a lot better than I do, but I'm going to say why not? Maybe we will.
Yeah.
Can I talk about another release date?
Of course.
Because one thing we do know from the past few days after it was the announcement for the release date for Black Myth Wukong came out, because the pre-orders have gone live for PC and PlayStation 5. Obviously, that game's coming August 20. We now know that there is no release date yet for Xbox Series X and S for Black Myth Wukong, because a statement from the developer Game Science, Chinese developer, has said that they are still optimizing for Xbox Series X and S. So unfortunately, Xbox players will have to wait. Which kind of sucks for people if that was the platform they were hoping to play that game on and they were looking forward to. Any thoughts around that at all?
No particular thoughts. I guess, I like what you said. It's obviously disappointment for anyone who was looking forward to playing that game at launch on an Xbox console. But at the same time, we don't need to pull out age-old Nintendo quotes, Miyamoto quotes, to remind people that we'd all rather have products when they're ready to be consumed rather than having them ahead of time. And so maybe hopefully patience ends up being a virtue for anyone who was desperate to play that game on an Xbox as soon as possible. I also just think it's interesting that that's the tactic that they kind of went for. I suppose it's not totally unheard of. Something not entirely dissimilar did happen with Baldur's Gate 3, where there were some and issues around kind of the Xbox's ruling for parity between feature parity, at least, between the S and X platforms, if not visual parity, of course. I doubt that's the exact same stumbling block that the Black Myth devs have hit, but at least they're being transparent about it all, and that it's not something that's a question of like, hey, we've delayed this indefinitely. It's just a bit more of a waiting game, and there will be no shortage of high quality Soulsborne-esque titles to continue playing over the summer period and beyond, no matter which platform you're on. So hopefully people can be patient with them.
Yeah, I saw a couple of tweets following Summer Game Fest, which was the game. Name of it has just escaped me. Is it Phantom Blade Zero or something? Was the
the game that closed the show? Yeah.
Yes, it's playable at Summer Game Fest in some physical. It's
Yes.
there, it's ready to play. So a lot of people were sort of saying, what state was that game in? But the fact that it's playable, and also someone else mentioned to me about another game which was playable.
Yes. Yes. Well, no. I just noted that as I saw on social media that replaced one of the. I feel bad for labeling it as such, but it is one of the two, technically now three, because I saw a trailer for one the other day. Pixel art side-scrolling games that uses sort of like high-end lighting and physics and I don't even know, like atmospherics to create a very striking look. But yes, replaced as playable at SGF. So influencers and media and so on and so forth have got their hands on it this weekend. I'm sure there'll be some write-ups, if not videos, in the coming days and weeks. So we'll find out a little bit more about that. But again, it's just like it's a sign of life, right? It's like it's like a little beep on the monitor, and it reminds you that heart's still pumping.
There's a lot more potential than maybe you thought. The day that happens with Decay V, everyone's going to lose their mind. Decay V's playable.
I think that's when that's the end of the world. That's what the Mayans saw coming, was the day that Decay V is playable.
As we get into the final 2.5 minutes before we go live with the show, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to people in chat on YouTube who have joined us. So I'd like to give a shout out to Magni, Brandy, Davidson, Seabing, Slick, 1977, Classy Cat, 69 DJ, Antonio, and Rodrigo, all in there chatting it up a storm. Thank you so much for joining us as we check out the Xbox.
Good to have you all.
Summer Showcase.
Did you say 2.5 minutes?
I've got 2 minutes now. That's what I've.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. We've got 1 minute 43.
I'm down. I'm just about to hit 1 minute. So.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Then I'm going to do Jamie's little trick, which is to go hit my playback speed up. So speed through some seconds.
Little life hack for you folks. Sometimes YouTube, as its player, will tell you that you're live, and so subsequently not let you give you the ability to catch up to live when you are in fact not live. I've just switched over to the kind of games ratings.
I'm fast catching you. So before I was looking at the R stream, I've switched over now as well.
What is going on? Is that person in the corner meant to be there? I've got a sign language person.
Oh, I have.
Am I watching the wrong one? Okay, I'm watching the ASL version of the stream, so I will be with you shortly.
Okay, I'm going to turn us up a little bit.
That's the one.
Little bit of Black
The
Ops.
Soviet Union is no more.
Yes.
Despite a
I'm getting
potential
Black
for
Ops as
instability
well.
and chaos. These events clearly the Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos.
Is that a bit of Firestarter in the
These
background?
events clearly serve our
Sounds like
national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Bush the Elder. Colin Powell.
I did not do that as a person, so I'm glad you're here. I did recognise Saddam Hussein.
Something's going on.
And I know him. He's the guy who plays the saxophone.
Something big.
He's the guy who got a blowjob.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the
I
devil.
hope this has a good campaign.
How's he look?
Me too.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey, it's something you should see.
What the hell are we getting into? Don't trust anyone.
Do you think we kill Saddam Hussein in this?
Maybe. I just got to say, Rodrigo said, what's going on? Is that person in the corner supposed to be there? It's one of the funniest lines.
You broke into a CIA black site.
I was like,
Are you out of your
why is that? I was like, no, surely they have not made the decision to have a sign language interpreter there the entire time. And I was like, why are only 11,000 people watching this? And then the penny drops. Jesus.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Shout out to Keith from Prodigy. Died a couple
You
years ago.
just got a first look at the
Yeah,
campaign for
RIP.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Set in the 1990s after the Cold War ends, where the truth isn't what it seems. It's an honor to stand here representing the creative teams at Activision. And please stay tuned after the showcase,
Can't believe Black
where
Ops
we
Squad
will
was
take
my
you
childhood.
inside the studios to hear directly from Treyarch and Raven, who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies. It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show. It's been even longer since all Call of Duty players got the same game at the same time. Going forward, everyone will experience the game, including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch. There are currently over 100
That's a bit of a
million
dig at
people
PlayStation
who
getting
play
exclusive
Call of
content
Duty
and
every
exclusive
month.
betas and stuff.
We hope to grow that community by making Black Ops 6 the first Call of Duty game that will be available in Game Pass day one. So no matter where you choose to play, everyone is welcome to experience Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th. I'm incredibly excited for today's show.
Yep.
I'm standing here thinking about all the passion that has gone in to making this show what it is. It's an
Extra
honor
dig, given that they
to
could
share
turn the
the
tap off to
latest
PlayStation if
efforts
they
from
wanted.
our partners
Oh, yeah,
around
yeah.
the world.
But again, it's
And
them
from our
standing
own
by their
creative
kind of their
teams
mission
at
statement, which is that
Activision,
no, like
Bethesda, Blizzard,
more gamers, more
and
players,
Xbox
more
Game
money.
Studios,
Yeah.
who are doing what I believe is some of their best work ever. And now I get to introduce something that is special to me. As someone who has played games for as long as I have, it's
Special to
amazing
me.
that I get to set up this world premiere. So thank you all for joining us.
Oh
And
wait,
please enjoy the show.
world premiere.
You had that perfect as well. Bethesda presents.
If they need to hire me next time, Bethesda presents a world premiere from Bethesda.
Phil Spencer, the game.
Oh, this is gonna be Doom, isn't it? This is gonna be Doom: The Dark
yeah.
Ages. I think a medieval Doom could be sick.
Yeah. So is it, I guess, is it going to be no guns then? It's going to be sort of like knights. And
I know
swords.
he has to have a gun.
Oh, there you go. He's got a massive shotgun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if there's no super shotgun in this trailer, then
Oh, but a shield as well.
oh weird.
He looks like.
I'd love him to just not take the shield. I'd love it if he just punched the shield away. Like, no, fuck, I don't need that.
He looks a bit like Craven. Doom Craven.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's sick.
I would
man,
love
that looks-
I would love them to make Big Doom guys to make a Predator game. Imagine a Predator game like this. Basically, is
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, and a mace. What is this?
Oh,
my
what?
God.
It's got a mech
Oh my lord.
and a dragon.
What the fuck?
That looks wicked.
That looks bonkers and cool. And the word is that this is, I doubt they'll acknowledge it here, but the word is that is cross-platform. So that will come to PS5.
Right.
Obviously, they're not going to put a PS5 logo up now, but yeah, word is that is one that they'll not be banging the exclusivity drum for.
Okay, man, that looked unhinged, which was wicked.
Yeah.
Who were you before? Who did you love?
Oh, this will be State of Decay 3, right?
What did you believe?
Yeah.
I've not played any of the State of Decay games, but
It's
I'm
They're
open to it.
interesting. They're interesting. Interesting mix of kind of like base building, survival elements, and the kind of the exploration and combat side of things.
But you helped us make something greater than the fear and death that surrounded us. We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought
Days
the
Gone
other
coming to
survivors
Xbox.
just one more day,
Some people would be very happy if that
would be worth it.
I will say though, nice to get a sign of life on this, but skeptics will point out it's another cinematic trailer. Oh, that looks like gameplay. Yeah. But this is the kind of thing where like you have to put a 2025 on the end of this, because that doesn't look real. That looks in engine, but that's not how game it works.
When we needed it the most.
Behind you.
I didn't know you well.
Oh no, the Nessie toy.
I taught my boys the other
What
day.
will keep your
I said,
memory alive?
something really important you need to know. And they said, what's that? And they said, my boys, by being 5 and 8. I said, to kill a zombie, you have to remove the head and destroy the brain. It's like, repeat it back to them. And they're like, okay. So they now they know.
Never.
Just let them watch Zombieland, it'll teach them all the rules. Double tap.
Yep. Limber up.
Always wear a seatbelt.
Stay fit.
Thanks for me.
Hey, big fella.
No one is forgotten.
That's a nice little thing you can get from a collector's edition. Get that little Nessie keychain. Just like if the game is really big, people are like, yeah, you started Decay 3 as well, yeah. So that's good. I like that. Yeah, I'm with you though. We need to see more games.
That still feels like that seems like a hey, we want to let you know that this isn't dead, but it's still not close either, kind of thing. Ah, this will be Dragon Age.
Not looking good, old friend. This'll take more than you and me.
What are you thinking?
We need someone to be our eyes and ears in the shadows.
And someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
We're going into the Fade, aren't we?
David Bowie, is it?
And digging up a lot of buried secrets.
We could be heroes.
Oh, yeah.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah.
Big
Someone will
game
stand
this for
between
BioWare
us and a
to
pack
get them
of
back on
demons.
track.
You know there will be dragons.
Right. We'll need someone with fire in their blood. One more thing. This crew needs a leader. Someone we can count on. Someone that the world can count on.
Starring you, the player.
But where are we gonna find her?
Yeah, in shadow and covered so you can get your character out.
Yep. I think we're seeing gameplay of this in a couple of days. So I'm hoping this is
cool.
Yeah, that's this year. Nice. Fingers crossed for a BioWare return to form. Back to Bethesda. Oh, you recognise those notes, Jonesy?
I do indeed.
We have received a distress call of unknown origin. There is no record of a star station in this orbit. Something is not right.
This is the Serpent's Well.
Coming aboard was a mistake. We need to run.
Abandoned space station horror is giving Dead Space vibes.
Hold very still and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live. You trespass in the home of House Varun. Your fate will be decided by the Great Serpent.
Can you feel its embrace encircling your heart? Constricting until there is no more you. Only us.
Like, some part of me thinks that there's no reason, if this is really good, it couldn't reinvigorate the player base for it. Because I think one of the things they really struggled with Starfield was that it wasn't the world, it wasn't what we were doing, it was just, it was some of the stuff, it was just some of the level design and some of the gameplay stuff that wasn't enough. So actually, if you get a really good DLC, like it could just completely, you know, change the trajectory for that. But
yeah. Especially when combined with the regular updates they're doing that are bringing like
from the trackers.
land vehicles and stuff like that.
Because the problem is at the moment, it's like you say, well, do I want this extra content in the game that I don't really, I'm not really that keen on. But if you can pull people back in, oh, a little bit sticky. Yep. Give us 1 sec. I'm sure it'll pick up again. There is 500,000 people watching this right now. Come on, YouTubes. Half a million. I don't know enough about like
Did you freeze?
Yeah, I've frozen.
Fully?
Yeah.
Do you want me to pause?
I'm back.
Okay, let me know when you see the next studio.
We're just on black and white.
Sponsored in part by
Sugar
Bombs
Bombs
Breakfast Cereal. Bombs away. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live in the 10th consecutive hour of our Vault-a-thon.
I said let me know when you see the next studio presents.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I did. I'm now watching.
Like we've got one.
Carries on from Skyline Valley.
I'm watching a Vault-Tec black and white.
How about
I am as well, don't worry.
Skyline Valley. Beautiful.
I might be, I don't know if we're seeing this out there.
Shenandoah.
Have you gone to get in-engine footage yet?
We have, yeah, just.
I hear you calling.
Call now to join Harry and the over 17 million Vault dwellers already on board. And let's keep those numbers climbing.
Got 4 on the line from AVR Medical Center.
Vault 76 is a growing community, and strong community can weather any storm. Why, just take a look at our Skyline Valley neighbors in Vault 63.
So this is 76 expansion to 63.
Scientific minds are hard at work,
Okay.
cooking up shocking new ways.
Yeah,
to
did they say this was the first map expansion they've done?
I think they did.
Skyline
I believe it. I don't play the game enough, but
Mother Nature in repose. From the picturesque Shenandoah National Park to its majestic wildlife and friendly local residents, Skyline Valley is a welcome home to all. And And don't forget to bring home a souvenir or two.
It just looks old, regrettably.
When the bombs started dropping, don't
Yeah, the
Which it
presentation
is.
is not
So much
lacking
better.
at all. Like the black and white, the vault tech, and all of that stuff's fine. But it's the game. Yeah, it's the game itself. Is
Still
like.
not sold?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose having skin.
It looks like a 5-year-old game that was already built on slightly older tech at the time.
There you go. Maybe that's the thing. Capitalizing on the show and everything. They've got a new
Players
DLC.
are cool.
Players are cool.
Yeah. I guess so.
World premiere.
World premiere. Bit of France. Wonky Eiffel Tower, it looks like.
Sandfall interactive.
Soon she'll wake and paint
Sandfall
again.
and Kepler.
Paint a new number, ticking down every year. One stroke, and everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness. Every year she paints again, and every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission: destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again.
Pretty game.
We'll break the
Very, yeah.
so
Very.
she can't steal anyone else's
Really
future.
like that look.
To be fair, that feels like every game nowadays. It's like, wow, that looks amazing.
Yet everywhere we
Yeah.
go,
Or very
we
often.
walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
No, yeah, this has a... Oh, gameplay as well. Oh, it's turn-based.
That's cool. Like the team turn-based thing, like this sort of.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Definitely.
We lay the trail for those who will come
It's more exciting. I'm more excited for this now than I would have been if this had just been a third-person action game where they locked onto a boss and started circling around them and attacking in a very Souls-like manner. Expedition 33. What's S.T.A.L.K.E.R Obscure? Do you think that's just like a...
I don't know. I've never heard of one. I've never heard that before.
They won with Game Pass as well. Nice.
Do you think there's a chance my mom's still alive?
If your mom's anything like you have, she'll keep fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all really happening.
Oh.
You mean to tell me your mama never...
So this is South of Midnight.
What?
Oh.
Compulsion of the We Happy Few devs.
Oh, come on, stream. It's getting a bit funny again. Come on. So it's now still the same number of people on, to be fair. Just over 500,000. Come on.
Got it set to auto?
I have indeed.
Weird.
Come on.
With a big
Go back.
Go on and ring.
He's throwing on a
You want
fish.
to make him come
Yeah, we're on a
running?
fish. We're having a
I
chat on a
can't
fish.
abide the sound of bell. Some church folks once tried to dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kind. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Oh, nice. I wanted to see some gameplay.
Gotta move quickly now.
Curious what kind of game this is as well, because We Happy Few also had like a really strong look and style, and then ended up being like a weird stealth survival game that was a bummer.
Oh,
Oh, hell no.
The passage behind you closed. That means it's combat time.
It's got a weird stop motion look to it, isn't it? Well, it's just not.
Yeah, like the half speed.
Yeah.
I like it.
Claymation.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Time to find that church.
So you're removing corruption. You're defeating the dark plants. You've seen all this before.
We have. This looks nice.
It looks fantastic, and I like the fact they've switched up the animation style.
There it is.
It's not sort of like
Now to get over there.
Sometimes it's that thing of like you could do anything you want with video games, and you see a lot of the same things repeated. You're like, okay. Oh look, we're following a little wind trail with
That's come on. That's
looks, but it looks very nice. The combat looks reasonably solid. I'm not going to be too much of a bitch about it.
I know what you're getting at, but you can be reductive about any number of gameplay mechanics and principles.
And you know I like to be reductive about games.
Oh, it's another third-person game. What are they going to do? A melee attack?
Oh, you've climbed up to the top of a building with some, and then we've rung a bell or we've done a thing at the top to claim an area.
Let me get a guess. You've reached a new height, and now you can see your surroundings in a way you've never seen before.
Do you reckon? Maybe.
I don't know.
Whoa! Although maybe just with this crocodilian to come and chop us. Okay, it does look very nice, and we didn't see map expand.
I'm more excited for that than I was when we saw the cinematic trailer last year. You know,
right?
That's the effectiveness of presenting a game in a light where you're like, oh, I can see myself playing that.
It's one thing I always with Xbox always have as well is like day one Game Pass, day one Game Pass, day one Game Pass. That is such an amazing prospect, I think, for a lot of people. Which is especially with how expensive games are these days. Like day one Game Pass, that's fantastic. Yeah, agreed.
And dream.
Did that say Blizzard?
I don't know, I missed it.
Oh. It's definitely Blizzard. This is Warcraft.
Generations, mortal heroes have risen to defend her. They faced monsters, tyrants, and beasts of primordial horror. Though they fought amongst themselves, their enmity following them to the most distant shores.
We will never be slaves!
And even across time and space, their courage never faltered. Even upon the very threshold of death. While new hope blooms on the horizon, the final battle draws near.
It's a big sword.
It's a big sword. Is this just a WoW expansion, or? I don't know enough about Warcraft.
Me either.
At the very heart of the world, the drums of war thunder once again.
This isn't going to be like a new Warcraft game or something, is it?
And Azeroth, at last,
surely not. How long has Warcraft been going? Like 58 years?
20 years?
So long denied me, shall be mine.
War Within. So what?
There you go.
Yeah, what is that? Like an expansion for World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I think that'll just be the next World of Warcraft content thing.
I know so little about World of Warcraft at this point. That
Still very popular, still going. Konami, okay. This will be Metal Gear.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be
Still
seen
feels so
by the
weird seeing it look like this.
Just leave no trace of
It
your
doesn't
presence.
feel right.
Is that clear?
What
This
number
kind
is
of
this?
infiltration is the
Three. This is
Fox
three. This is
speciality.
Snake Eater.
In other words,
But
no
they're
place
calling
equipment to procure
they're
on
calling
site.
it Delta.
That goes for food
Right.
as well. You're completely
some
naked,
reason.
just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
they didn't remake one, did they?
They technically did, but a long time ago. It was called the Twin Snakes. It was on GameCube.
Oh god.
You might be. There was a thing that released last year called like the Metal Gear Solid collection, like Volume 1, that had 1, 2, and 3 in it, but they weren't. They weren't even really remastered, or let alone remade. They used the HD versions that came to 360 that Bluepoint did back in like 2012.
Cool. I think I might go for a bit
Commencing
of that.
virtuous mission.
Like I said, I played
now.
like 1 and 2 back in the day, and then obviously I played 5. I didn't play any of the ones in the middle.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Snake Eater's a modern classic. I don't know how I feel about the remake, some elements of it, but I'll absolutely play that, yeah. Sea of Thieves? What do you reckon? Maybe? Yeah, New World event. Yeah, it must be. This is probably still going really strong, especially after it came to PlayStation and stuff.
Right, yeah.
We had a hot and heavy couple of weeks where we were really into this early lockdown. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I know. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those where I think it was a point where we all basically just said to each other, "Do you want to play that?" And we're like, "Maybe not." Like it was one of those, right? It was one of those where it's really good for a short amount of time, and then you just kind of think, "I think I'm done with it."
Yeah.
You're going to meddle where you shouldn't. Free
Oh, is this that
peril?
Get Flintlock game that we saw a couple of years ago?
Because I am a god too.
If you're a god, you're one of them.
Oh no, I thought I recognised it. I don't think I
Anything to
did.
help someone I've sworn to kill.
If it's vengeance you want,
I think this is the.
I'll give it to you.
I think this was at the showcase like a couple of years ago, and I think it's called Flintlock or something or other. Combat looks nice and crunchy.
I was going to say, it looks a bit like Forspoken. Is that like a death knell? Don't put that out into the universe.
Please take it back.
Just that mix of like modern old magic weapons and I don't know, and that like Unreal Engine 5 kind of environments.
Oh god, did they just craft a new term? A soul's light.
Come on then. Fight me and die.
Yeah, Flintlock.
Souls Light. Do you know what? I could get on board with a Souls Light.
So we went from rogue to roguelike to roguelite, and now we've gone from Souls to Souls-like to Souls-light. Basically from the same trajectory. It's like, we like a lot of what they do, but we don't want people to be scared about how hard it is.
Yeah. It does look better than Forspoken, I will agree there. So in chat.
We return to you now as the gods of mankind.
Oh, Age of Mythology. Hell yeah. They're like remaking it properly.
Rulers of the Greeks and the Norse.
Probably my favourite RTS of all time.
Yeah?
With Age of Empires 2, yeah.
And the Atlanteans.
Loved it as a kid.
We created.
I bet they're amazing to play. Like more modern ones these days. They're fantastic to play around with. I mean, this looks
So
really good.
rise and wield my wrath.
Command beastly chaos.
Rain.
Unleash our fury.
Worship and legend will be yours.
Getting a couple of skips. Don't do it to me, YouTubes. Keep it going. Oh no, there we go. Oh, it's back. I reckon there's like 550,000 people watching. I think that's the issue.
But then, well, I don't want to gloat, but mine's fine.
Well, mine's alright. No, but yeah, no, but it could be. I don't know what it is then. Maybe it's just my.
It's stinky internet, mate.
Maybe I never get any issues with internet ever. Like it wouldn't make any sense that it would be suddenly do it on this.
Your target is in possession of a radioactive
Your
device.
personality, mate. It takes up so much data.
Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I always knew I had an instinct. I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission.
Wait.
I was wrong.
This might be Perfect Dark, Chelsea.
Oh,
it didn't say what. It didn't say world premiere.
Well, yeah, because we've already I guess because we've already seen
Yeah,
it,
this is Perfect Dark.
It looks
How far to his last known location?
a lot more gamey than the last time we saw it.
I mean, that's a HUD.
Yeah.
I'll have to improvise.
Not just a sort of cinematic and a Perfect Dark's coming back.
Yeah. Looks like they're going much heavier in on like the kind of the spy gadgety elements than the shooter elements.
Wow, the environments look crazy. Very nice.
What readings are you getting?
We're getting our readings from
I like
the
that
monitor.
futuristic, like
Can you confirm?
bio meets city look.
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Yeah.
Our intel places Carrington on the second floor.
Also, just feels really smart, given some of the rumors that were going around about this game's development, to come out with gameplay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Turns out to be a lie. There's only one way forward.
First-person parkour.
Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
Carrington! Damn it!
Analyze. What am I looking at here?
Carrington appears to be targeting a research facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical.
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you. I could use someone with your skills.
Call me Joanna.
I had to lose everything before I could
I'm loving this visual of this. I think they've done such a good job of mixing like
It's a strong style.
Like
Hey,
high
some-
saturation, almost like some of that smoke and stuff looks a bit comic booky, mixed with like the slow motion.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Yeah. I think some of the combat looks a little bit early.
You open this door.
Right. Yeah. That's not.
There's no going back.
But it probably is.
Yeah. Nice. That's wicked. Decent.
Yeah.
Agent Joanna
Nice.
Dark is caught in the middle.
Really
of a
cool to see that
near-future
have an
war
emphasis on kind
over
of, like I said,
advanced technology
gadgets
that
and
threatens the lives
like,
of millions. We hope you
you know,
enjoyed the
investigative
first look at
elements
gameplay,
and parkour
we
elements
can't
rather than just
wait to
straight
share more
shooting.
from the
Yes.
developers at the Initiative and Crystal Dynamics as the game progresses. The creativity and talent
booty.
of game creators are what make our industry unique, and I'm incredibly proud of our games and our teams. They are building a diverse lineup of titles, which includes new installments in beloved franchises like Doom games, like World of Warcraft, The War Within,
No. Oh, okay. it's gone.
The Dark
We're back,
Ages
we're
from
back.
id Software, updates and expansions to our ongoing games like World of Warcraft, The War Within from Blizzard, handcrafted original concepts like South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, and blockbuster games with massive audiences like Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision. On behalf of our creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, and Xbox Game Studios, we thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to getting their ambitious games in your hands. Diablo is one of the most enduring and beloved series in all of gaming. We're thrilled to have Diablo 4 in Game Pass, where millions of you made it your favorite way to play. This October, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred expands the demon slaying experience with an all-new character class, a new region, and of course, the next chapter in
Rodrigo's saying
the
I'm going to
acclaimed
need a bigger
story.
drive for
Here
all
is
these
the opening
games. Yeah, I
cinematic
know
for
what
the
you
game.
mean.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's the other problem with Game Pass Day One. You're like, yeah, sure. Even if I don't play it, I might as well download it so it's there. That was a bit of a weird boot ejection. It was like he basically just came in to recap everything they've shown so far and how great it is.
Yeah, I don't know. There's also a little like shout to the fans though as well, wasn't it? It was like we can do this without you. It was, you know, I think maybe it's just a little bit of pacing because it was
Yeah,
just
and
trailer,
maybe
trailer,
like
trailer, trailer.
humans on screen. I take it back. You're absolutely right.
I appreciated the booty.
Boy, young one, are you all right?
Apocalypto the game. Mel Gibson's Apocalypto the game.
Oh, you're not well. Please, please, my child, let me help you.
Stay away from me! Nayrel! Is that how I raised you?
No, Mother. But I must carry this burden alone. I must get to Akarat's tomb. But look at you. You're killing yourself. I don't know how much longer I can... I'm here, little magpie. I missed you so much. I'm so proud of you. But now, I need you to give up. No. Of course it's you.
They still have one of the best cinematic departments in all of games.
Let go. No. You made a choice. And I warned you, little magpie. There would be consequences.
Surrender.
No! I control the stone!
stone. You control nothing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I could use some.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. He did. He's stanky. I reckon get rid of the stone. Just chuck it off the boat.
Just
if it were me.
it. Smash it,
Yeah.
I think.
A bit like one of the reasons I couldn't sit through the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'd just sit there going, I reckon just get rid of the ring. Just flush it down the toilet. So,
Put it in a
literally.
box.
Make it someone else's problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it keeps killing people around you. You know, yeah, probably get rid of it.
Yeah. Or encourages you to kill people or whatever it ends up doing. No good things happen around the One Ring or that stone.
Oh.
Oh.
Right. You.
Fable time.
So, you want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because,
oh, that's
who better to tell you all about them than
from Peep
the
Show.
Greatest hero of them all. Yeah?
Is it? SuperShow? Super
There
Hands?
he is.
Yeah, that's Super
Nice
Hands, I think.
finery.
Well, chubby
He is.
Super Hands. Well, they had Richard Ayoade last time.
No. Oh, yeah, of course they did. Yeah, I forgot that.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers, and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
You thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, doesn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero.
Very
I took
pretty.
her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion.
It feels like we're in the weird era where
Thought I'd
games
get
are
her
actually
out there,
coming out in
make
the
the
way
most
that
of
their
their gift.
creators envisaged
But
them back
You
when.
know what it's
Do you
like
know what I
when
mean?
you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
Looking
I'm
good.
going to fix it. This place. And no
Yeah.
one is going to stand in my way.
Okay, they've put a date on it. 2025. That was more Fable, but still like, oh, I still just want to see more.
World premiere.
Oh, world premiere.
Use this. Make your own rules.
It's my turn.
So what we saying, team-based hero shooter where you can change physics and it'll change the world using cards.
That's a cool idea. Rule changing hero shooter. That's I like that. That's an interesting idea. FragPunky.
FragPunk. Don't know either of those logos.
Oh. It's gone pausey. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Come on.
So far, you're missing a cutesy slideshow of a mouse who lives in a
house?
very cold-looking forest, where he's built a house inside a tree, and now he's adventuring from his house to another house.
Okay.
The bridge to her house is broken, so I can't even ask her.
It seems to be dropping out of live, and if I just click live,
the tree stump
jumps
a
right
cozy
back
home
in. So
again.
I can only assume.
No matter
I don't know
what it
why. I don't
takes.
know why. Oh wait, the triggers.
And no matter how hard it gets,
No reverse card.
I will fight.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Someone headshot shoot and you go,
find
no reverse card.
meaning
Well, that would be quite fun.
and beauty out here. Some will say that in the dead of winter, a small city mouse doesn't stand a chance. Maybe so. But I must keep believing that every winter leads to spring. Nancy, finally! No!
Yeah, that owl will get you. It seems mental for games in 2025. That's the future, man. How's that possible?
6 months away, my friend.
Yeah,
wow, we're in the world premiere segment of the show, I guess.
World premiere.
And a banner. Oh, that's the. These are the devs who made. What was that game you really liked? The side-scrolling guitar-playing one.
Great Escape.
Yeah,
Artful Escape.
Artful Escape. That was what do they call, like Beethoven Dinosaurs or something?
Oh,
that was their logo.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
This year, I want to ride
This has got a cool
Flaming
style, though.
Stallion of Delinquency.
Yes!
What's your name again?
From Beethoven and Dinosaur
This is
comes
sick.
an adventure, a lifetime in the making. Experience the freedom of the teenage wasteland, sneaking out, making out.
It looks like
avoiding
Artful
the
Escape
law,
crossed
and
with
maybe
Life is
something
Strange.
A little more.
It does.
Hey,
Shame,
can I
I'm there
stand
for it.
up?
Yeah, little Rockford, go nuts!
Set to the
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of 90s, licensed music as well.
What are we gonna think of?
I want to see if
ourselves
they've
in
just
10
made another
years?
game where, like, you
just
go through
remember to
awesome looking
tell
environments
myself
listening to awesome music,
felt
but I'll play it.
important
Yeah, absolutely.
At the time.
Your greatest memories are stored in music. You're invited to go back in Mixtape.
Cool.
There have been noise complaints.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm amazed they got that turnaround so fast because the Artful Escape took them years.
Maybe following the success from that, they have a little bit better. Cash injection from Xbox, they can push them to get some more hardware and stuff.
Sobo. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry. Flight sim. Will you jump back in for this?
Yeah.
You got some fun out of the that initial release.
I did. Yeah, no, maybe I will. We'll see. I tell you what, it was incredible playing it in VR, which I could do again. Well, I'd like to do more of even, just because it's like being able to look around out your windows and stuff is crazy. Especially, I like when they added in the Halo jump jet and a couple of the things like that. They had a mission from Top Gun and that in there as well.
Oh right, yeah. Some of these jobs do sound cool though.
The IP charter, that would be fun. That would be cool if you could pick up real people and have them sit in the back of your plane.
Elon Musk DLC. to crash the plane into the ground or not to plastic crash the plane into the ground. That is the
Oh,
question.
be nice to Elon.
Sorry, Elon.
Poor Elon gets a hard time. So this is what comes with all that money.
Not a bad trade-off.
Oh, this is so sick.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yep, still looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to quickly run and turn my light on, Jonesy, before I'm sat in the dark any longer.
No worries. You're a bit dim looking.
Sat back down and was like, is my Spotify playing in the background?
Yeah, no, it's just the Elder Scrolls Online. Funky music.
They cut the lyrics off at the chorus. Can you sing it for them, Jonesy?
I don't know the words. What is it? What song is it?
It's like, is it We Belong? Pat Benatar.
I don't know the words. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I'm a little bit behind you. Not long, right?
God, I never would have guessed that they'd been going for 10 years, would you?
I don't. It seems like every game these days has been going for like dies after a year. Has been going for 25.
Use my power again.
Oh, world premiere.
But 2 nights ago,
Forspoken 2.
I found my friend's body in the woods.
Oh. Is this a new Life is Strange?
I don't know who I can trust. Or who trusts me.
It's a very different feel.
But my friend Safi.
Maybe not.
Supernatural murder mystery, that could be.
Yeah, you're right. Oh no, what from them?
So why
Oh yeah, no.
can I still hear her voice? Focusing my power, I somehow shifted into a parallel timeline. Here,
I thought that last one, True Colors, was a good game, and I would play another one.
Yep. Every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
I can still save Safi. If I can solve and prevent the same murder across 2 timelines.
They do like Life is Strange is doing all of the heavy lifting on that kind of, at the moment for me anyway, all the heavy lifting on that kind of like you know, thoughtful decision-making games like Fahrenheit and Heavy Rain, or that sort of thing. I can't think of any other games at the moment or series that do that.
Yeah, those narrative-driven 3D kind of expert.
Indie.
I'm behind you.
Are you sure you want to investigate these, Finley?
I can't let this go. It could be the best kept secret in history.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past.
You're right, too. It's Indiana Jones.
A kind of power. A discovery that could change the world.
What were you doing out there?
Fresh air! We have to find the stones, Gina. Or they will. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you'd get a perfectly aligned
There
circle.
is the stone.
The Great Circle.
Exactly.
I intercepted the Morse code coming from the Himalayas.
Where Voss is sending all of his men.
Is that a
battleship? Yep.
It looks so good, but like,
let's get a closer look.
Why is it first person?
Gotta find the stone to get off this
I
ship.
forgot that you were hung up on that.
What's that in his hand?
I'm totally over it.
What does it say?
Earth something. What was that?
We'd better hide. Hey, Sue! Ciao.
Hey!
Hands behind your head.
This is so like, this is so Indiana Jones. This is like bang on of it.
Where's the stone, you American rat?
What stone?
Have you ever heard of Höhenangst?
Fear of heights?
Yes! And I have it. I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept you narrow-minded Americans will never understand! Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the fatherland. You have no purpose. What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo-choo! Choo-choo! You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer! I will walk through fire for the devoted men of the Reich. Give me that stone. I shall search your corpse to make sure it! Now!
Can't give you what I don't have.
I shall search your corpse to make sure it!
Please wait.
Give me the stone.
Gina.
She's in on it, Indy.
We gotta get out of here. Help me!
The stone! The stone!
Gina!
Really hope that's good. Am I ahead of you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
I've just had the title of Indiana Jones place.
Interesting, they're still saying 2024. They're not putting a specific release date on it yet.
I think it looks really good. I'm excited about it. I think it's, especially given how bad the last two Indiana Jones films are, I'm quite hopeful that this is the new route forward.
So,
this is the mech suit. I can't remember what it's called. Didn't we saw this?
The thing we just saw on Friday.
Yeah.
It had the word mech in its name.
The not Gundam. Is it Gundam? Not. Okay. I can't remember. Yeah, it's something. Was it like active mech?
Does look bonkers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mecha BREAK.
Yeah, that does look bonkers. Very cool. Very bonkers.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The first signs are really subtle, but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
Did you also have a it's one of those moments?
A little bit.
I should know.
It's Bloodborne, Souls Light, Black Myth, Wukong.
From Software need to start sending out some cease and desists.
They do.
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Come. Your Emperor has chosen you as our envoy to the living lands. That wild frontier suffers from the dream scourge.
Avowed.
Find the root of this terrible plague and put an end to it.
He is wrong. The dream scourge is but a symptom of a deeper, more dangerous rot. Go, tame the chaos that plagues the living lands, so that those who remain standing can shape its future.
There's still something about the visual style of this that I'm not 100% sure about.
There is more
Yeah, I
wonder
feel it's
in
changed.
this world than
It seems like it's changed over the
can
years
see.
as well, like quite considerably.
You
Maybe
must
not.
open
Maybe I'm supposed to
yourself
see
to
that
its
much of it.
mysteries. Tend to its
It looks
purpose,
interesting.
no matter
But
how
I'm not. I don't know. I
wild.
don't think I'm that keen on like how it looks.
And become what the living
I don't know
lands
why.
truly needs.
Me neither.
Its protector.
it almost looks a bit like confused about what it's trying to go for visually, like visual style wise, or even gameplay wise as well. But that does seem to play quite a few games these days. They try and cover so much ground.
Maybe there's a bit of that going on. Also weird that that's with Indie, another 2024 game that they've just said 2024 for and not given a date, even though it's mid-June now.
Yeah, you haven't got long.
Rebellion. So is this another? No, I was going to say is this another sniper game, but it doesn't look like it, does it?
Who are Rebellion? Is it? What was the sniper game you meant? Was it Sniper Elite?
Yeah. The one that's all about shooting people in the Nazis in the balls.
Yeah, I've played a couple times. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this is. This is like Fallout.
In the countryside of England with wicker men and...
Now zombies and robots and...
It's a lot. Atomfall.
I'm like, okay. That's
yeah,
weird.
Sure. Just do it. Atomfall. Shadows?
Hopefully.
Did your father ever tell you why my bones ache in the weather? War. Their soldiers killed everyone.
I do not fear our enemy. They talk
Interesting
of
that
peace and
there was
dream
nothing for
war.
Shadows at PlayStation, was there?
No.
So there has been off this, and then obviously at Ubi's tomorrow.
But like, I don't think there's Ubi stuff. Ubi stuff doesn't usually appear at State of Plays.
No, I know, but I'm like, I was just trying. Even sorry, I'm not PlayStation. Game Fest, Summer Game Fest. There was nothing on there, was there? There was no like.
Oh, this is the first time we've seen it since that reveal.
Yeah.
Do not deserve to keep it.
Looks nice.
There is much we will learn from each other, Yasuke.
It's really nice, actually.
You can see when two people fit, when they will be better together.
There is no honor in preying on the weak.
Doesn't look very Assassin's Creed, which I suppose maybe it's just the way it's presented, but which is a good thing, or maybe it's not. I don't know.
Depends who you ask.
We will bring justice back to the people.
Interesting. It looked a bit more Ghost of Tsushima than I was thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean that's.
But not not in the obvious ways. Almost like in the presentation.
Yeah, but
as well.
how else are you going to make a third-person action game set in feudal Japan where like
it's great
with melee focused like it's just,
Радий тебе бачити, друже.
you're painted from the same palette.
Валимо звідси.
Is it a stalker, right?
Ви тільки погляньте на це.
It sucks knowing that this game is going to be like too intense and too difficult for me to ever really probably get into.
Моя любов, ти рідна матінко моя. Жива.
Координати закинув. Поквапся.
doing anything for you?
It looks really good, and it doesn't look quite as terrifying as I thought a Stalker trailer would look at this point. Like, it looks like fine. Okay.
Oof.
I was worried that some of those moments where he's holding a device and he's like scanning the environment are going to be a lot more tense in real life, where you're like, oh god, don't come out.
It's also like, oh yeah, like it's like combined with some of like the scarcity and the survival elements they'll probably layer on top as well. Like, yeah, I just don't want to be like in a tunnel with like a radar thing in my hand, knowing that there's some fucked up radiation monster.
And you've got 3 bullets and a 9mm left, nothing else.
Yeah. And also my guy is hungry. And I'm like hungry and he's freezing.
And you can see the fridge at the end of the tunnel, but you're like, oh, no. And your torch is going on and off. It's going to survive.
Wow, that's sooner than I thought.
It's not long at all.
I guess that was a pretty comprehensive gameplay showing, so yeah.
We've been honored to partner with GSC Game World, the Ukrainian studio behind S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2.
Sarah Bond.
We can't wait for you to experience their game yourselves on September 5th. Today, you've seen amazing games from creators around the world, from both our partners and our own studios, from the biggest blockbusters to original independent games. I hope you enjoy the breadth of titles coming to Xbox. In addition to all these great games, we're introducing a new all-digital Series X and expanding color and storage options across the Series X and S lineup. They'll be coming to select markets this holiday. These new X and S consoles, alongside the many other devices in our Xbox gaming family, offer you more choices. It's our mission to make Xbox the best place for you to play by including the titles from our own studios and Game Pass at launch, by bringing your games into the future with our commitment to game preservation, by pushing the technical boundaries in our future hardware, and empowering you to play your games anywhere you want on Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. This is what defines Xbox today and in the future, and we're hard at work on the next generation. Immediately after the showcase ends, Call of Duty
I like it though. Doubling down.
We're taking you inside Treyarch and Raven for an extended look at what's
But hey, we're not going anywhere. We don't care if we're third place.
Before we dive into the direct,
Wait.
we've saved one more thing.
I know what this is going to be.
World premiere.
So do you. He looks young.
Yeah. Prequel. I have no idea what he's doing, where we're at. Like the Gears series.
Unless that's not actually, I don't know. It's pretty. It could be pre-Durag Marcus and a prequel, yeah. Or it could be that that's just not Marcus, but then that wouldn't make sense for.
It did look like him. It doesn't look so much like him now. His hair's flopping out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that yelp sounded like him. Anya. Is that a young Dom? Oh my god. There's the do-rag. and they're playing the song. Oh my god, it's like it's like before they fucking fully took over yet. Prequel.
That is pretty. That's sick.
What are they gonna call it?
E-Day.
E-Day.
Nice.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay.
I like that.
It's weird because they do still need to finish the current narrative. They do need to finish the current story. But like, as a way of kind of like, I don't know, maybe introducing Gears to a whole bunch of new fans and stuff like that. Going back to like a Marcus and Dom like buddy like prequel. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is very cool. I'm up for that, definitely.
Yes, that's technically it for Xbox though, right? Like,
it is. Yeah, no, because they're getting into Black Ops 6 now. What time are we on? 7:20. We'll probably have to call it a day there because I'll have some people coming home at some point relatively soon who'll be wanting to like. So we might have to check out before we get into too deep into Call of Duty.
All right. Any thoughts on Xbox?
I think it was strong. I think it was good. I think they did a lot. There was a lot of premieres there. There's obviously a lot of day one Game Pass stuff. Lots to look forward to. There's a couple of things we didn't see, as you know, that we were saying about before. We didn't see anything from Double Fine, but we did see everything. I think we saw most of the stuff we expected to.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think? Where would you grade it?
I'd grade that as a solid. Like that felt like a good like B+ to me.
Yeah.
Like you said, like
fair.
I don't think there's anything that I can think of off the top of my head. There's nothing that was like in wow, this needs to be here territory that didn't show up. I thought maybe it was a little bit light on like full-on surprises, and as such, I thought like some of the weakest aspects of the show were some of the world premieres, arguably.
Okay.
Like there weren't a huge amount of them, but when one of your world premieres is another, team-based hero shooter from NetEase, albeit one with a cool gimmick, the one with the cards that change the rules. And like that one about the rabbit like hopping through the snow. There's a place for those games, but when those are one of the world premieres at an Xbox show, it's like okay. The thing that ended up being more meaningful to me was actually the updates on known quantities.
Yes,
which itself is totally fine. The one exception to that, of course, being the return of Gears, which I'm actually kind of, in a weird way, glad they're going in. I liked the story that Gears 5 sets up, but I'm also excited to see, Marcus and Dom return and see where they go with that. Otherwise, the other thing I'd quickly give it credit for was that just felt like it had not across the board, but in a few key places, a greater emphasis on gameplay than they've had in the past. And the fact, like, seeing things like Perfect Dark and South of Midnight, like, running in real time with HUDs, seeing a bit more of that with Fable, even if it wasn't quite as much as I wanted to. Like, that's a smart move and the kind of thing they needed to make it real. And to sort of, like, double down on it again, like, this thing of, like, hey, you'll come away from this thinking like the 2025 slate seems real. Like, if none of those games slip and like Gears and Doom and Fable and all these games like all come out in 2025, that's a really strong first party year, and they've already got a really strong next 6 months or so with, now we know, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, Indie, Avowed, and so on and so forth. Like, sets them up nicely, and when they're sat there saying we're already working on the next generation of consoles as well, it's like it paints a positive picture. Good third party gets, like the getting the Snake Eater trailer was cool. The Dragon Age trailer was cool. State of Decay finally came. Yep, and State of Decay finally came back. Yeah, I thought like a really pretty positive show.
Yeah, no,
Assassin's Creed looked good.
I think I totally agree. Like, it's it did a lot. I know we talked about before about PlayStation was a little bit lackluster with their showcase. Was it 2 weeks ago now?
I mean,
1 week ago? But
it was a state of play. It was a 35-minute long state of 30-minute long state of play.
It was, and they're supposedly having a showcase in September sort of time, which is going to show off some other stuff.
Yeah.
And
When they use when PlayStation used the word showcase, that's when it will become fair to compare the two.
That's very fair. That is very fair. But no, yeah, I think this was really solid, really good. Obviously, I think Xbox need a good year / couple of years as well. It's not been the easiest of them times for them in the past couple. So no, looking very cool.
Anything that went truly from 6 to midnight for you, something that was either low on your radar or not on your radar at all, to now you're like, that's a reason I'll be subscribed to Game Pass that month.
I would say like Indiana Jones. Obviously, I was really looking forward to anyway. Perfect Dark. We'd only ever had that. So I think was that like cinematic before, wasn't it? There wasn't much going on.
Pure CG cinematic. Before.
That trailer of that gameplay, I think, looked fantastic. Looked phenomenal. When you come to games like Avowed and things, less so. Like Fable, I think it was really nice that some of the gameplay we had in that, and I think Fable's looking fantastic. But yeah, no, like I think the main one, I would say Perfect Dark's the main one for me. And then anything else that jumps out? I like what was the funky rage funky team shooter with the cards? What was that called?
That was called a FragPunk.
FragPunk. That looked interesting, like very interesting. I like the idea of that. Donkey Kong mode and stuff that you can throw in and like start shooting people in the face.
It's definitely. It's a twist, right? It's something it keeps things lively.
And when they say, obviously, it's get a lot of these games are day one Game Pass, is very interesting. Oh, it's like Stalker 2. I'm not going to lie, that looked very, very cool. I feel like they have made a trailer to not scare people like me off, though, who are going to go like, it's a little bit too tense for me.
But then, like with Stalker 2, and this is the great thing about like them having a varied slate. Again, one thing they were a little bit cautious with. And it's not a big deal, but a little bit cautious with was specific dates for their 2024 lineup.
Right.
So like Indie didn't get a specific date, and Avowed didn't get a specific date. But like, let's say, but put it this way: we now know that Stalker's in September. We know that did Shattered Space? Shattered Space was another one that didn't get a release date. But let's say Stalker, Shattered Space, Call of Duty, Avowed, Indiana Jones all show up from, let's say, August or September onwards. Like that's like basically like a free pass to keep a Game Pass subscription going from at least September to December, September to November, and just play Stalker for the sake of it.
That's
like
true.
I can't remember who it was, but like someone joked in the chat, like the only real consideration at some point becomes hard drive space.
Yeah, absolutely. How could I forget as well? Doom. Like
Doom,
medieval
course,
Doom looks crazy.
That looks
very
incredible.
Cool. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and then State of Decay 3 looks a little bit further away, but again, that had been AWOL for 4 years, so nice to see that back. Dragon Age is another one coming out this year, but obviously not Game Pass. That's an EA joint. South of Midnight, we were a little joking a little bit during it, but like I actually
great
thought that,
visual style.
Yeah, it showed quite well. We had Snake Eater in there as well, like we said. Positive show.
Stuff. Absolutely.
I'm looking through my list. The only things that like didn't show up: Towerborn, which was a game that they revealed last year. Double Fine, we still don't know anything about. Everwild, the game being developed by Rare, we still haven't seen more of. Clockwork Revolution, which was revealed last year, not here. The Outer Worlds 2, announced a couple of years ago, not here. We don't know what the future of the Forza series looks like. Obviously, no rush because Motorsport was last year, and Playground are working on Fable as well. But this year is 3 years since Forza Horizon 5, which weirdly enough matches the longest gap we've ever gone without a new Horizon game. So maybe something for next year, a return to Forza Horizon. Age of Mythology, we did see. I thought that looked fine. Blade, definitely too soon. Obviously, that was announced at the Game Awards. Another one that's AWOL that Xbox are publishing. Do you remember a game called Contraband that was announced?
Is that? Yes, I remember the name. What was it? Was that like some extraction shooter or something?
It was a co-op vehicle-based game with extraction elements that Avalanche are developing and Xbox are publishing, and it had it had a great song in the trailer. I can't remember. It was Steely Dan. Do It Again.
Okay, yeah, I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, again, a bit of a throwback, but we didn't see that. We did see Flight Simulator. We did see Diablo DLC. Fallout was there in the guise of 76, but nothing bigger. And then, yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong remains elusive.
But no, that was very good. I enjoyed that, and 600,000 people that were also watching along enjoyed it as well. That was a big stream for Xbox.
Yeah, and that's just on YouTube. It probably had
on Twitch. Yeah,
very hefty numbers on Twitch, and all sorts. So
absolutely. Yeah, apologies we didn't. No, not really apologies. We weren't going to do like a half-hour watch-along of Call of Duty. I don't think anyone would want that. I haven't got that much to say about Black Ops. I'm looking forward to Black Ops 6, but...
I'm watching it in the background now, and it's like... I'm trying to figure out exactly what they're describing, because I've got it muted so I can talk to you. It looks like they're doing some weird things around... I don't know. Have you got the video up on your screen?
Yes, yeah.
It looks like they're doing that thing in from Max Payne 3, where when you dive or go prone, you can roll around and look the other way while staying laid down.
Oh, that is
in a first-person shooter. It also looks like they were doing something where if you're holding shift while you're strafing, you do a different kind of strafing.
Right.
I'm not really sure. I'll watch. You know what? For that, people will have to tune into the next episode of the Super Show podcast.
I love it. We'll talk a bit about Call of Duty.
We'll break down all of the things that happened this weekend, our favourite reveals that weren't at the shows that we watched along live to, and I'll also feedback on the Alan Wake 2 DLC that I've started playing.
I'm looking forward to hearing about that. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you for joining me for this watch along. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. I want to say Ubisoft tomorrow, 8 PM. Is it ish? Something like that.
I actually think it's another 6 PM.
Okay.
Slightly, which is a slightly awkward timing for us here in the UK. But
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll have to have a chat about whether that's doable or not.
Yeah, there's also an element of it which is just I don't want to neg Ubisoft, but we've just seen a solid Shadows trailer. I've seen an awful lot of Star Wars Outlaws already, and the word on the street is that the Splinter Cell remake is not it's not time for that yet.
Right. Okay.
That's the hot tip I got the other day.
Fair enough. So yeah, may not be doing that one, but we will be back on Tuesday with the usual programming, the Super Show podcast. So join us for that if you can. And we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Jamie. Enjoy the rest of your night. Watch some Call of Duty, and then you can fill us in on Black Ops.
Yeah, I'll sit down and do my homework and feedback in the week.
Nice. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.